certainly disappointed with the outcome after we fought so hard to get a lead in the middle of the second half. Didn't play well, I thought, early. I don't know if it was the moment, the game, or if it was, taking a while for our guys to adjust to it all. But when we finally got adjusted and got our legs under us, I thought we played some really good basketball for a good portion. But then, we also had some really poor plays. Offensive turnovers, a bunch of steals for them. Just things you can't do against a team of this talent level. They, 17 out of 20 free throws for them, a bunch of offensive rebounds, extra possessions, and then finishing on the break and transition. And they got numbers. They did that every time, and that's the difference. And I thought our guys played pretty hard. I really thought Devin Booker was very good for most of the game. Really competed. I thought Book was into it early when nobody else really was. I thought Milk got himself into the game and played well in good spurts there. KJ had a little bit of a tough time for a while in his matchup with Hill. I thought that was two guys getting after it a little bit. And we also had some poor offensive execution tonight. We didn't run some things the right way. That's disappointing to me because we worked on a lot of things this week. I thought we would be better. So, all in all, thank our fans for coming out. They were terrific. Gave us a big lift in the middle of the game. Just disappointed we couldn't send them out with a better result and a better ending.
Obviously, there are no moral victories, but a 34-14 run over number 8. Can you use that to build on?
We just use it to look at what we did to see that when we play good basketball, we can play with a lot of teams. But this is still a situation where you look at it now where we played two high-level teams and we've played reasonably well at times in the games, and then for whatever reason we haven't been able to finish. And I don't know if some of that is our youth, lack of experience at the guard spot, where we have wasted possessions. We still don't really have that go-to scorer that can kind of just settle your team down and get you into what you need to, or go make something happen when you need something to happen, and that's a problem at times. Rod had a poor game tonight, and that surprised me in some ways. Not that he didn't score much, but that he had the turnovers. So, myriad of problems, but obviously there was some very good play at times too.
You guys had to defend just as long as that maybe wear you guys down for the game.
It could. We certainly had to grind. Arizona, does some good things. Our field goal percentage defense, was outstanding. I don't know what they're 52% for the year, and we held them to 35% shooting. They're making 10 threes a game, shooting 42% from the three. I can't tell what we held them to, but they're 5 for 16, 31%. Like, you look at those numbers, and I would have told you we're in great shape. Now, I talked to our guys, we want to limit their threes, we want to keep them off the line, and we wanted to do our best on the boards. Now, we didn't do our best on the boards. And there were a lot of loose balls, extra possessions that they got that hurt us. I'm anxious to watch the film to see the result. And some of that might be penetration, where we're rotating, and we can't get back to the people. Some of it might be being out tough. So I'm really anxious to watch this film.
You talk about the energy Adonis brought to you there when you came in, especially during that run you had.
Yeah, he had a bad stretch at one time. I was really disappointed. Thought he didn't play very well. Wasn't locked in. Didn't do some things we talked about. And then I thought he came back in and got his confidence and was aggressive. Got to the paint, made some plays, missed some shots that we needed to make, but put pressure on their defense. And that's what he does. He's aggressive. And so that was significant because it was somebody on our team, and now that it kind of put some stress on their defense. I thought it opened some other things up for some other guys to kind of loosen some things up. KJ started off poorly, and then we kind of rebounded a little bit with some of that time.
What do you feel like the difference was in that last 7-8 minutes? Was it missed free throws or just good defense on their part?
I think it's a combination. I think, you know, when you're losing and when you get into a run, you need a run to end, you need to make 2 free throws and you make 0, or you miss a front end and the run continues, your drop continues, or you make 1, that just, it puts a lot of pressure on you. You know, we probably start to gamble a little bit more at the end in some of our defensive stances late, standings late, possessions late, and don't play as sound. And then they got some transition on us. And again, that's the separation of the highest level teams, is those guys finish in transition.
The decision to have Bernard sit tonight, has he just been experiencing?
No, he hadn't practiced at all this week. He had a concussion from the South Carolina game and tried all the tests, and he can't pass the baseline test that they took at the beginning of the week. Beginning of the season, tried it all the way up. Hasn't been able to pass it, so he couldn't play.
Without him and TJ in an intense game like this, did it feel like they just wore you down at some point?
A little bit, you know. When Milt got in the fouls, you know, he forces your hand a little bit with Josh, more minutes maybe with Landry and Book together, which we haven't done much of at all. So now you're kind of limiting some of the things you feel comfortable with offensively. And we're just not ready for that yet, fully, for extended periods. Now, having said that, I thought Landry, first time in was not good. His second time in was much better and competed. But again, for a team that's struggling offensively, we need some consistency. We know who's playing, we know what the rhythm is, what we can do. You know, we got different lineups, and then we got to play differently with different lineups. That just, for a young team, that's becoming a problem.
Any other questions?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.